FM, 1370 AM. We are The Source, WOCA.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday morning. 58 degrees. Temperatures today climbing to near 80 degrees, if not 80 degrees. We'll see if we make it to 80 today. Lows tonight in the upper 40s, perhaps 50 degrees. Tomorrow, high temperatures passing 82. Passing 80 rather. Look for 82, the expected high on Tuesday. 56, the expected low Tuesday night. Just as we're talking about, the Midwest getting snow, the Northeast getting snow and rain, cold temperatures up there. We are in Florida, and this is why you live here. We've had our share of cold, but it's one of those times, again, where the rest of the country looks to Florida and says, wow, look at how nice the temperatures are down there. Wednesday, 81. Thursday, 80. Friday looks like 78 is the expected high, and then this weekend looks pretty nice as well. This Friday, by the way, is the first Friday Art Walk.
Oh yeah.
So we're looking forward to doing that again. Love doing that. Are we by where we want to be?
I don't know. Okay. I checked our email again and haven't gotten anything from Alexandria, so I will send her another email today.
All right. What do you think of drones? The only drone I've ever seen was the one in Silver Springs. There was a drone in Silver Springs, and the guy was probably taking pictures or something. It looked really cool. Mm-hmm. I thought it was awesome. But a drone, just to define it, a drone is an unmanned flying device. In other words, a remote control airplane is a drone. Mm-hmm. A remote control airplane can be any size. It can be the size of a full jet if it's remote control. Mm-hmm. If it's operated that way. So a drone is not necessarily those hovering little devices that you see. The definition of a drone is an unmanned flying vehicle. Simple as that. And yep. So those military drones are the ones that are getting mixed in with these harmless, well, no intent to be harmful. I mean, anything can be harmful, I guess, if it crashes into you.
Right.
But anyway, the quiet whirring of the drone's propellers gives way to the sound of gunshots. There's a video online called The Flying Gun. It's 14 seconds long. The YouTube video of a drone-mounted handgun firing rounds into the Connecticut woods, and a companion video of a flying flamethrower lighting up a spit-roasting Thanksgiving turkey have reignited efforts by state legislators to make it a crime to weaponize an unmanned aerial vehicle. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sure.
Yes, I think that is a good idea. Don't weaponize drones.
Yeah.
While the Federal Aviation Administration mulls regulations on drones, a number of states have established their own rules, though most of them focus on drone-mounted cameras as threats to privacy and security. Connecticut would be one of the first states to restrict how drone owners can modify their craft into potentially dangerous weapons. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Clinton Police Sergeant Jeremiah Dunn, whose department investigated the video, says, "I am a huge Second Amendment supporter, and it would make me very happy because I don't see any civilian purpose for the flying gun."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to be flying a gun around.
No.
The flying gun video, posted last summer by Central Connecticut State University student Austin Hofwout, drew the attention of the FAA as well. No charges have been filed, but the FAA said last week it was still investigating. Dunn said his department was instructed by the local state attorney's office that no Connecticut laws appear to have been violated in the first video, and that the incident occurred on wooded private property where a firearm could legally be discharged. Dunn said no local ordinances were violated either. The teenager's father contends a new state law is unnecessary, arguing that his son did nothing wrong.
Okay.
But again, if you have a gun on a drone or a flamethrower on a drone, and you're up to no good, then chances are a law against it won't stop you.
Well, sure.
The idea that you can do this is pretty frightening. Since that first video, the teenager, Austin, posted a second one on YouTube in November of a drone that he outfitted with a flamethrower to cook a turkey on a spit in the woods.
That's funny.
Austin's father Brett said his son, who is a sophomore studying mechanical engineering, has not hurt anyone with his drones and is just a hobbyist interested in how machines work.
Yeah, no, you gotta decide what's safe and what's not safe, and that really isn't safe.
Last year, Connecticut lawmakers considered a proposal on weaponized drones and other restrictions, but it died in the state House of Representatives due to inaction. Anyway, clearly what happened in Connecticut renewed our interest, said Representative Christy Carpino, a Republican from Cromwell and co-chair of the General Assembly's Program Review and Investigations Committee.
Okay.
Her panel conducted a comprehensive study of the drone issue in 2014 and proposed wide-ranging legislation last year, and many members of the committee were disappointed it didn't make it to the House floor.
Yeah, that's just it. You have something fun. Like when I was up to New York for Mother's Day weekend 2 years ago, and I visited TJ and Charity, they took us around. We went to these beautiful falls in New Jersey. There was a man and a woman. They had 5 drones. I had never seen them before. And they were flying them. They were just looking at the water and flying them overhead. And I just thought it was such a great sport. They were different sizes. And that's pretty cool. But when you start outfitting them to be killing machines or to cause people harm, that's really, really bad.
Yeah. Public hearings are planned for today and tomorrow on 2 separate bills that would restrict the use of drones. One bill would make it a Class C felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison, to use a drone to release tear gas or other substances or control a deadly weapon or explosive device.
Gosh.
The other bill would create a similar crime, plus impose limits on how law enforcement and state agencies can use drones. If Connecticut's legislation passes, it would be the first one in the country that attempts to stop people from turning drones into flying weapons. Last year, Nevada passed a comprehensive bill that prohibited the weaponization of unmanned aircraft systems. It also prevents people from using them from within a certain distance of airports and critical facilities without permission. Other states like Arkansas and Mississippi have focused on preventing peeping toms from using the technology to spy on potential victims.
Yeah, you've had stories about that. Peeping toms, in people's backyard. I mean, gosh, you build a fence so your neighbors can't see you, and you want to sunbathe in the nude, in the nude, and just, you got those drones flying overhead then from your neighbor. Those were cool stories. Yeah, I mean, that's your
They'll fly away if they see me out there. I'll just wave. Hey! Hey! You got any salt?
Yeah.
Right. New Hampshire prohibits drones from being used for hunting, fishing, or trapping, while Michigan passed laws barring people from using a drone to hunt game, but also to harass hunters.
Oh.
What?
Gosh, how do you harass hunters? I mean, gosh, I can see flying them to see where the animals are.
Representative William Tong, a Democrat from Stamford, co-chairman of the Judiciary Committee, called Houghton's video scary.
Yeah, I guess so.
It is scary.
Yeah, you don't harass hunters. I mean, gosh, that's where does the common sense from people lie?
All right, so for the rest of us, I've never flown a drone. They look cool. I remember as a kid flying remote control airplanes, though. Mm-hmm. I was horrible at it. They would crash all the time.
Yeah, but you still did it.
Still did it. We played with remote control cars. Mm-hmm. They're not drones, but it's similar. I mean, you could have a gun on a remote control car, I guess.
Exactly.
I mean, why couldn't some engineering student figure out a way to do that?
Or a bomb. You could put a bomb on a remote control car.
Or anything. There should be a law against that too.
Somewhere. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
But anyway, so all this talk about drones and the negative things, and we've heard last Thanksgiving that by this Thanksgiving, this is according to Kim Komando, the host who does all that talk about technology, the radio host, that by this Thanksgiving, we would be seeing Amazon or Google or both of them or maybe even Walmart delivering packages by drone to our homes and to the homes of those who are receiving the gifts.
Yeah, I'm doing online ordering. I got to see
just to see a drone delivery.
I got to be this, yeah.
So there are a lot of good things about the drones, and I want to bring the other side of this up on the other side of the break. So the truth about drones the good things that drones can do.
Oh, nice.
When we come back,
Nice.
the good things that drones are already doing. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Monday will be partly sunny and quite nice with a high of 75 to 79. Monday night, mainly clear, lows ranging from the upper 40s and a few inland spots to the upper 50s on the coast. Tuesday, mostly sunny and warm, high 78 to 82. But Wednesday, morning cloud and a shower or thunderstorm in spots, then some sunshine in the afternoon, the high 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retooled.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to the source. WOCA.
12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Nice looking Monday, the 29th day. It's Leap Day, 29th day of February. Tomorrow, March 1st. We do have some stuff to talk about for springtime. I have my segments mixed up, so that's what we're going to do at 11 o'clock. Right now we're talking about drones. We kind of gave you enough information before the break to show you some of the things people are worried about with drones, and maybe some information to give you, make you want to pause and say, wait a minute, do we want drones at all? Should we outlaw drones totally? And as with all things, if they're outlawed, they'll still be out there. There just will be people breaking the law.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you some of the good things that drones can do. The media perpetuates the use of the term drone on a regular basis when discussing UAV systems. I'm not sure what UAV stands for, which has a lot of negative connotations left over from the early use of truly unmanned aircraft decades ago. UAV systems of today are comprised of an aircraft operator, control station, telemetry gear, and satellites. There is truly nothing unmanned about unmanned systems, since a pilot is always somewhere in the control loop.
Is it like unmanned aviation something?
Yeah, probably. When the word drone is used, people immediately think of military applications of the technology. They think that drones kill people and destroy property. While the military does use drones for warfare and military purposes, like the Predator drone, for example, there are smaller unmanned aerial systems. That's what a UAS is, unmanned aerial system, that can have amazing new uses. Let me tell you a couple of them. Bill Castle and his wife Tracy.
Okay.
We're hoping to catch some extra Sunday morning sleep. when they were awakened early on May 25th of whatever year this would be by a loud clanking sound. They opened up the front door of the mobile home that sat on 5-foot-high stilts because they lived near a creek in Venus, Texas. This was 8 years ago.
Oh.
They were astonished to see a river raging below their front porch. It was just 1 foot away from flooding us out, said Bill, who was 58 years old. He's an auto mechanic. He was flooded once before in 2007. He said the clanking they heard was the pressure tank from the water well after it fell off. If we hadn't heard it, we probably would have slept through the whole thing. They were trapped on all sides by water.
Oh, my gosh.
With their cat and 5 dogs. The Castles dialed 911 and waited for help. They didn't expect that help could come in the form of a drone nicknamed Valkyrie.
Oh, my gosh.
Operated by software engineer and Joshua Fire Department volunteer Garrett Brill. Brill, who is 43 years old and a drone hobbyist, offered his services to the rural fire department 6 months earlier when he realized that his quadcopter, also known as a drone, could make a life-saving difference when people needed to be found quickly. He says, I had used it before to assist with fires and find gas line leaks, but this was my first swift water rescue. Using the drone, Brill delivered life vests and a safety line to the Castles, which Bill attached to a beam on his house. The other end was then hooked to the bumper of a fire truck, and a rescue by raft was attempted.
Oh, my gosh.
They got close, but in the end it was too dangerous. They were worried about knocking over the stilts on the house and sending the entire place downriver.
Oh.
It's scary to think that we might have had to leap for our lives or have been washed away, he says. Knowing that we had life vests and a safety line made a huge difference. Watching that drone come in was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. The pilot was no rookie.
Gosh.
An hour or so later, the Castles were evacuated by a National Guard helicopter, returning once the water had receded to fetch their dogs and cat.
The story's giving me chills.
So
Golly.
they were able to find them because of the drone. In 45 seconds, they were able to get the helicopter there to actually rescue them.
Oh, how marvelous.
So there you go.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Drones are being used for search and rescue, for infrastructure inspections, for agricultural inspections, for endangered species protections, for public safety, for border patrol, for perimeter security, for motion picture by the motion picture industry. They're using them a lot. By commercial aerial photographers, they're using them a lot too, as you know.
Gosh. Oh, sure. Sure. No, that's just so amazing. I mean, all the good things outweigh all the bad things, and we shouldn't ban them. We should keep the drones, but people got to get more common sense when they're using them. Be creative one time, and then that's it. You're done.
Let's see. Facebook revealed more details about its plan to find cost-effective ways to provide internet access to the 10% of the Earth's population that lives far from cell towers or landlines. The solution is drones, the size of a 737, launched by helium balloons.
Oh.
Wow. Powered by the sun, each 1,000-pound drone would fly lazy circles more than 11 miles above the Earth, providing broadband-level internet for people in a 50-mile radius.
Wouldn't that be something?
The team's dream is a backbone of the internet using lasers in the sky, according to Yael McGuire, the director of Facebook's Connectivity Lab.
And you could say that the first drones were during the Civil War, when they used like weather balloons and stuff to go up to spy on the other guys. So I guess, technically they could have been a drone.
On July 17th, the Federal Aviation Administration allowed a collaboration between NASA, Fluority, and Virginia Tech to fly unmanned aircraft to deliver pharmaceuticals to a free medical clinic in West Virginia. The fixed-wing aircraft from NASA, Langley, and multi-rotor delivery drones from Fluority became the world's first autonomous aerial delivery services.
Oh, how cool.
Thus opening the door to what Kim Commando predicted, right?
Exactly.
That by this coming Thanksgiving, we will start to see packages that we're buying as gifts for people delivered by a drone.
That is cool. That is
see.
Really cool.
And there's a drone ambulance also. It's rather large. If you want to get an ambulance through the urban environment faster, give it propellers and space for one passenger. In emergencies, an estimated 1,000 savable lives are lost each year because of slow emergency response in the nation's biggest cities.
It's a helicopter, though.
It's a helicopter, but the helicopters can't always land in places.
Oh, yeah.
In traffic-jammed urban environments, how can a four-wheeled ambulance be expected to make it anywhere and back quickly, nor how can you expect a helicopter to land on an interstate where it's crowded with cars?
Oh, what a cool
Design
idea.
from Argo Design has a wild conceptual solution. It's a one-person ambulance drone modeled after a standard quadcopter, driven by GPS or pilot. It is huge, Robin. It's the size... Well, it's the size of a pickup truck, at least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's another use for the drones. You could put the patient on the little gurney there.
Yeah, they have to have a huge weight limit.
The railways are using drones to inspect their rail lines to be sure, A, that there's nothing up ahead that they might hit, or to B, that there's nothing up ahead that might be broken. Especially up in Alaska, where the railroad tracks are often covered with snow or ice or deer.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, yeah, that's interesting.
After years of accusations of foot dragging on unmanned vehicle regulation, the Federal Aviation Administration has recently been speeding exemption approvals and announcing new programs. One benefit is for the BNSF Railway, which has gained approval for a pilotless program to use drones to inspect its network of rails.
Wow, cool.
And the commercial drones is next on here. Few rules have yet been issued to govern the commercial use of drones. The fact that the regulatory universe and its aircraft overseer, the FAA, has not caught up to the technology is not surprising. So the FAA has been steadily working at the backlog of exemption requests seeking approval to operate the drones. Several hundred have been granted so far.
Gosh.
It's just a matter of time before Congress and the FAA decide that we will be allowed to use drones for delivery, and that's when all of the work that Amazon, Google, and Walmart they've been putting into their own development of drones will start to take place. We'll start to see drones delivering things.
Wow.
We'll see. Maybe even earlier than Kim Commando predicted.
I love the drone ambulance, though. That's pretty high on the list. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Amazon wants to use the drones to deliver orders. One hovered over a Pittsburgh Pirates baseball game, and one crashed into the White House lawn. Drones are not everywhere yet, but once the Federal Aviation Administration fine-tunes the rules for commercial drone use, thousands of companies will be receiving licenses to do business via unmanned aircraft. It's a new job opportunity, by the way.
Oh, wow.
People who are trained to fly drones will be in demand.
Yeah, because you gotta know how to do it.
You have to have a pilot. You have to have a pilot, even if you are sitting in an office somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
So as your Amazon package is being delivered from the warehouse, there's actually a man or a woman sitting at a console somewhere, keeping an eye on it, making sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, there must be a camera somewhere to.
Yeah, they all have cameras on them.
What you're, so the guy that's operating it can see.
Anti-crash technology. They have cameras.
Isn't that cool? Outstanding.
The difference between the Amazon one and the Google one, the Amazon one actually lands on your front porch and drops the package off. The Google one lowers a cable with the package on it.
Well, I got to order something for my kids.
So the drone itself is still flying up there, but the cable brings the package down to your front porch, and then it leaves it there.
That is pretty neat. You can have a tailgate party waiting on your drone to deliver your package so you can see it.
Deliver your pizza.
That is neat. I love that.
All right, that was the pro and con of drones. We've heard so many bad things, and those were some of the good things.
I love the good things.
So.
Absolutely.
How quick will the pizza get here if we order it with a drone?
Oh, guaranteed within 20 minutes, right? Is that the guarantee?
We'll take a little break and be right back. This is The Source, WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The day before Super Tuesday, there seems to be two clear leaders. A new CNN poll shows Donald Trump the choice nationally among 49% of GOP voters, but Marco Rubio not giving up. At a rally in Roanoke, Virginia yesterday,
he says that I'm sweating all the time. It's hot in here. Am I sweating now? No, all right. He doesn't sweat. He doesn't sweat because his pores are clogged from the spray tan that he uses.
Democrat Hillary Clinton with a 17-point lead over Bernie Sanders in that poll. Hollywood handing out its prized statuettes last night.
It was a film about journalists exposing the Catholic Church child sex abuse scandal that grabbed Best Picture.
And the Oscar goes to Spotlight.
Mad Max took home 6 awards, all in the technical categories. Brie Larson won Best Actress for Room.
Fox Radio's Michelle Polino, Leonardo DiCaprio winning for Best Actor in The Revenant. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
Any Jane Doe can tell you that Geico could help you save. But since money talks, we just ask the savings instead.
Greetings and sun salutations. I'm Jane's Money. And I never knew my self-worth until Jane switched her car insurance at Geico.com. Those 15 minutes built me up to real savings. Geico's been helping customers save money like me for over 75 years. So take that to the bank. And namaste.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Today in Florida Ag News on the Southeast AgNet, U.S. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack says over the past month they've been focusing efforts on their Results Project on the tremendous work that's been done by USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service in terms of our natural resources and environment.
Over $29 billion having been invested over the last 7 years, assisting over 500,000 producers to do conservation work on a record number of 400 million acres of land. This is also going to give us an opportunity to remind folks of the new approaches that have been taken, the landscape scale efforts at Regional Conservation Partnership and the National Water Quality Initiative, the great work of the Working Lands for Wildlife effort with endangered species, 323 innovation grants through the Conservation Innovation Grant Award Program, and also the ability of NRCS to respond to a crisis like the Deepwater Horizon oil spill.
To learn more about any of these programs, simply contact your local NRCS office.
Hi, I'm Adam Putnam, Florida's Commissioner of Agriculture. Floridians are all too often targets for scams and fraud of all types, including Medicare, charity, and travel scams. That's why the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services has made it a priority to protect Florida consumers from scams, fraud, and deception. To learn more about scams and fraud that target Floridians and find the resources available to help you avoid them, visit www.freshfromflorida.com or call 1-800-HELP-FLA today.
Whether at your local green market, corner grocery store, or neighborhood restaurant, you're supporting your community when you buy local.
Food grown right here by Florida farmers doesn't need to be shipped as far.
That saves fuel and cuts emissions.
Buying local is more than just supporting area businesses and growers.
It's buying fresh, wholesome, and delicious food for your family.
Products you trust from people you trust.
Fresh from Florida.
Good for the environment.
Good for the economy.
Good for you.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.